reseller content, toy content, video game content, and alike. Subscribe, comment below. So I've got two items today. This is pretty much a picture of my formative years. G.I. Joe, huge fan. From when I was old enough to start playing with G.I. Joes until I was too old. And I switched to video games. Not that I didn't play before, but what else are you going to do when it's not socially acceptable to play with G.I. Joes anymore? So, I got these G.I. Joe sets, and then Diablo. Still wrapped, not with a box, not with anything else, but factory sealed Diablo. So let's dig into this. So Diablo, this came out when I was maybe 14, just guessing. I'm not going to bother looking it up. My older brother lived at my grandma's house at the time, and he was explaining Diablo to me. And, history does not occur in a vacuum. So, conceptually, this was a really bizarre game when it came out. So he's telling me, like, oh yeah, you play, and you go through the dungeon. If it's too hard, you just reset the game, but you start over with all your stuff and try again, and eventually you kill Diablo at the end, and then you just keep playing. Like, that sounds really stupid. And then I played it, and it's pretty much my favorite series. I've played Diablo 2 more than any game ever. I still, I got the Resurrected. I still fired up it, at least once a year for a while. So I was at one of the thrift stores, and I wouldn't have ever found it except that it was in the CDs, and this was facing out. Like, that's Diablo. I mean, that's not a CD at all. So I got it for 50 cents. That's my expenditure for today. I don't know if there's any value to this. I've sold Diablo 2. I had my actual hard copy that I bought when I was 18. And I sold it because I already owned it. The digital version, and computers don't have CD-ROM drives typically anymore. So I let that go. I sold that for some amount of money. I forget what, but at 50 cents, I basically need to sell this for $6.50 to break even. So it's factory sealed still. Windows 95 and Power Macintosh. I don't even know what that last one is. Windows 95, of course. You all know that. Yeah. You need a 13-inch monitor. So that's the hang up, you guys. You're going to have to up your game. 256 colors. It's computer jargon that doesn't mean anything anymore. Yeah, so the only issue is it is cracked, but that's not a huge deal. So from a collector standpoint, I think this is pretty cool. And I have no clue what we'll get for it, but we will fire up the old eBay machine. See, I got 4 things I sold today, which I have not bothered putting together because it's Saturday and mail's not coming until Monday anyways. So, Diablo DC. Oh, so we got original Diablo in the box. People getting $40 for that. I'm not, well, 13,000, but it's going to be every Diablo. Unfortunately, there's no way to really sort by Diablo 1, I don't think. So this is pre-owned, and they're looking for 14. That guy just has the disc. So why don't we throw sealed in here and see if that narrows anything down. So this one's factory sealed, and he wants $40. This one's factory sealed, and he would like $9,000. So good for you, man. I hope your dreams come true. Graded and factory sealed. And that guy wants $7,000. Yeah. Okay. So the prices are kind of out of control here. Did I see anything even remotely reasonable? That's the whole box, graded, etc. So we saw one factory sealed that wasn't lunacy. 90/40 is our low point, but I don't see how these could sell for that much. Oh, okay. Hey, this is not a bad pickup at all. $30, and that works for me. The other guy's selling it for 40, so I could definitely do 30. So, on reselling, this puts you in a position where's my price point. So there's 40, and then it goes up to like 90 immediately. And factory sealed, this is rather finite for a game that's 30 years old at this point. 96, yeah. So, and this was bids. This is actually low. This person went with 65 back in August. That's odd. That was actually yesterday that sold. I don't know why they wouldn't have bought this one. In jewel case. Now mine is cracked. I'm going to list it for 30. That is more than fair. I got it for 50 cents, so I'm certainly not going to lose my shirt over this. Oh, what does that do for me? Okay. Cursor disappeared. We're just going to have to live with it. Yeah, after shipping and fees, it'll be about that. So, off to a banging start with a beloved Diablo. And if you're wondering, the power ranking on Diablo best to worst is 2, 3, 1, 4. Just so you know. Alright, and next up, G.I. Joe. We have G.I. Joe. It's not exactly vintage. So you can see the Hasbro logo. That's the modern era logo. This is a special collector's edition. So I did look this up in the store because collector's edition generally means something is actually not worth as much. Because the idea is people buy it with the intention of it being a collector's item. Your supply goes up, people don't open them with the intention of selling it someday, and your supply is actually higher than just a regular old G.I. Joe. But being as it's 23 years old, we're good. They sold clearly, but over time people throw them out, people sell them, people open them, they get ruined, and here we are. So the box is not in great shape. It's got some folds on it, creases, but the blister pack is complete. It's Duke and it's like Sidewinder or something, tracker guy. I don't remember his name. It doesn't actually say on the back who these people are. You just see the card that says Duke in here. And it's Duke. I mean, they revamped him later. I think he had blonde hair for a bit. At least when I was a kid. At least in my mind he did. But yeah, you got all the weapons. Pretty cool setup. You got the stands, which they never had when I was a kid. So, what can we get for this? Pull up our screen here. X out of Diablo. So we have G.I. Joe, Duke, Collector Edition. So here's the one. Sidetrack, not tracker. He looks like a sniper, like a kind of a hunter warrior guy. So, Sidetrack. So this one's going for 31. This one's out of the case for 22, 35, and they're just going up from there. You see some different ones. variant version, like Arctic gear. Yeah, so 452, but it's a lot of different stuff. Sold. We have 17. So we got 31. We got less than 31. We got 32. We got 29. 30. 25. So I think 25 was our low point. Now, whenever you're reselling, you do have this option. This is a new in-box product. It's only going to go up in value. They're not going to release this again. Over time, there will be less and less of them. It will increase in value. It's fairly valuable today. So if you weren't cool with 25, which is what I'm going to list this for because it undercuts everybody, and I paid $4 for it, or I could hang on to it. I could list it for 40, and we'll see when it sells. And it's just a matter of when. It will eventually move as it gets older and older. But I don't like hanging around, having too much stuff hanging around. I have a lot of stuff in box right now, and I kind of manage my setup where I have 3 new in-box bins, and as they start filling up, I start more aggressively listing stuff that comes in. So we are going to do $25 on this. That'll be yeah, about there. Call it that. I'm not too great at the calculations. I don't even look at what eBay really takes out of me. You know, they're doing their thing. I'm making money no matter what. So, not a bad day at the office. Just under $5 for $35 profit, and I think these two things will be gone because I priced them aggressively, probably within a week. And I'm more than happy with that. So, hopefully we get back to normal here on sourcing. That'd be nice because it's been pretty light in terms of stuff coming in for me. But not a bad day. Two shops while getting pizza dough for cooking outdoor pizza ovens tomorrow. Kids like to make their own pizza and throw dough in the air. So I paid for the pizza. Screw it. Right? So if you like reseller content, toy content, G.I. Joe content, Diablo content, and all that, like, subscribe, comment below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.